Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any public comments? We have one person for the public here, or the press? I guess either one.
Well, I was hoping the new guy would be in here.
He was in here pretty much all morning.
All morning he was here.
And he wanted to go out and look at some equipment with some John Deere people.
So, I assume you've reviewed the minutes. I wasn't here last week, so.
I make a motion, Mr. Chairman, we approve them as presented.
I'll second that.
Moving second, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes 2 with an abstention, because I wasn't here to. I guess that's what we've normally done that.
Correct.
Committee comments and commission comments and committee reports.
I don't have anything.
Project concern throwed a late meeting in with Mr. Mize for the, I don't know what the proper name,
Atchison Foundation.
Atchison Foundation. I already had other obligations and I didn't make it, so I don't know what was discussed.
Okay, well, yeah, I have one thing. Jay Harbor, our brand new road and bridge director, started, I guess, I'm sorry. What did I say?
Road and Bridge.
Oh, I meant to say Public Works Director. Apologize. He started, I guess, I don't know his official on the payroll, but he spent the day yesterday touring the county roads, all the facilities, and he's well versed. He's already getting baptized by fire. He's in there looking at what we should do with our next line of some of our equipment we're going to replace next year. So we're waiting for the results from that situation. So glad to have him on board. We're lucky. And I don't want to make everybody jealous, but he also brought cupcakes. And they were
good cupcakes.
They were like
Pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin spice, and they were really tasty.
I think you participated in that.
I did.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Wes would agree with it. And so it was nice of him to bring those to us. And, okay, new business before the board. Wes, you want to come first?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so we put out for bid the remodel of that storage building out there at the Emergency Services Facility. We had 3 companies actually come take measurements to give us a bid. One of the companies did not submit a bid to us though. The first bid for Kearney Construction was $9,890. And I reviewed this. They did meet all our bid specs. The second company was L&L Construction. I reviewed this one all. They met our bid specs. Their bid is $19,700. So these are the 2 bids that we received on our bid letting, and I have a PO before you today to proceed with Kearney Construction in the amount of $9,890, and that is for the remodel of the building, removing the 4 garage doors on the south side of the building, removing the 2 garage doors on the north side of the building, and making the one opening for 1 garage door, and then painting the building to match the existing building that's out there.
Does that include the door?
Does not include the overhead door. It includes creating the opening for it. We'll get a bid directly from overhead door, which will save us money. And overhead door company. Sorry. So there is the PO to Kearney Construction.
The chair will entertain a motion to approve a purchase order for Kearney Construction for the project that Wes just described for $9,890.
What budget will that come out of? Your
Comes out of the emergency management budget.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it, Mr. Chairman.
Move in second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes 3-0. Anything else, Wes?
Just you were talking about Mr. Harbor earlier, and I'll be with him most of this afternoon. showing him our computers and our billing system, our accounting system.
See you in the
So we can
courthouse
start.
now. See you in the courthouse now.
No, I didn't see him.
Merriman's meeting.
He's out of his office, but I'm supposed to come directly from here to out there. But he'll be there if you want to come out and see him.
Okay.
Road Bridge. Yep. Yep. So, yeah, no, he's not here now. Everything else good? Okay. I'll scan this for you.
Please, thank you.
Thank you guys. Have a great day.
Okay, thanks for all you do.
Thank you.
Did that take one signature?
Didn't you all three sign it?
I signed it. I think. Bill, did you sign it?
All of a sudden I got thinking.
I handed it to Bill, so.
Hey, if you can all three sign this, that would be great.
All of a sudden, wait a minute, something seems a
Well, I
little.
signed one.
And in fact, I will sign the top of it too.
I thought you was handing it to me to hand to him.
Oh.
It's Eric's fault.
Eric's fault as usual. Yeah.
Again,
I'm glad that you brought that up.
I'm not so sure I am. I'm glad I did. Now that I brought it up, I get the blame.
Okay, we received from the clerk a county association voting line pool K-Camp
K-Camp.
covered questionnaire review. And we're required to all the commissioners to have a copy. So I would entertain a motion to receive and file this questionnaire.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second this, Chair.
Moving second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0.
Pat, on that, is there anything in there that's privileged information or anything? Should that be, is that public information?
I haven't seen it.
I mean, I didn't see anything that I would think it would not be, but just as far as, security of the information.
You want to table this till next week and then take a chance to look at it? Or?
Well, I mean, I just wondered if this, how this would be classified. I mean, we've filed that we've received it.
I think she'd file it appropriately.
Well, as far as if press or if somebody else wanted to see it. Or,
I don't see anything on it.
Okay, one new business item. We had 4 people who stepped up and really helped us through the 5-month period that we did not have a road and bridge superintendent. It was Roger Denton, Mark Gentry, who was the interim road bridge director. We had Emily Armstrong, who did the not just weeds and took a lot of calls and really went out of her way to make a difference. And then our personnel director, Jamie Madison, did a lot of fielding calls, helped us with, helped everybody through a lot of these processes.
watching the budget.
So we decided to award a $22,000 bonus pool which is exactly the salary that our road bridge superintendent would have received. And we want to split it by giving 40% of the $22,000 to Roger Denton, 40% to Mark Gentry, 10% to Emily Armstrong, and 10% to Jamie Madison. The chair would entertain a motion to proceed.
I so move, Mr. Chairman.
I'll second.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, that's when you're ready to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes 3-0. Okay, do we have any old unfinished business before the board? I don't.
Any other stuff in there?
Nope, we got that all taken care of. Okay, county counselor update.
I don't have anything other than the request for an executive session on an attorney-client matter.
Okay. So I think what we could do is we could go. We wanted to start the executive session at 1:15. Pat, is that right? You said that's fine. Do we have someone joining us? Or you don't know?
Sure. Or you could
Okay.
I can text him when we're ready.
Okay. So the chair, well, we need a motion to have the executive session starting at 1:15. That would include Sheriff Lloyd.
Okay, this would be,
How long do you think? Half an
I
hour?
would say half an hour, but I don't,
do we make this motion now, or do we wait until we're ready to go in?
Well, you can make the motion for 1:15.
I know, but we're gonna sit here for 10 minutes waiting on him.
That's 4 minutes.
I know, yeah, I don't see him walking through the door.
Okay.
we could start before he's here.
Okay,
Okay.
so it's okay to go ahead and,
Okay.
and how long would that,
I think half an hour would be enough.
half
time.
hour?
So 11:45.
Okay. I'll move that the Board of County Commissioners recess into executive session at 1:15 p.m. for consultation with an attorney for the public body, which would be deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship as allowed by K.S.A. 75-4319B2, and that the purpose of the closed discussion is to protect confidentiality of the discussion, and that the board come out of the executive session at 1:45 p.m. in the Commission Room, first floor courthouse, and those present will be the three commissioners, County Councilor Pat Henderson, and Sheriff Jack Lowry. Is anybody else to be included on that? Just,
No.
okay.
I think everybody we
I'll
need.
second that, Mr. Chairman.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0. So we are in executive session as soon as.
No, we won't go until 1:15.
1:15. Okay. So should we, so technically we're in recess. We'll just go right into the,
Well, are we?
You didn't recess.
We didn't recess.
So if
That's.
there's something you want to discuss, and
Okay.
before then, you should.
Did you get any information about the truck since this morning?
No, I sent an email to K Camp.
Okay.
I don't know, around 10 o'clock, but I haven't received any response.
I think Michelle has received some information, so you may want to review that.
did we say that they're going to come tomorrow and look at it?
Yeah, they want to come
24
and,
to 48 hours, and I'll have the inspector come.
actually review the truck, so I don't know what that entails, but you may want to get with Michelle.
I'll
after
do
the
that.
meeting.
I don't know why I wouldn't have been copied on that email. If it was a
I
response
took- I
to
took
my
it-
email.
I took it as a phone call.
Oh, all right. That explains.
I may be wrong because she said another girl answered it. Did you get a call from K Camp or did you have a girl?
She might have, I think she was on the phone today, but I don't remember receiving that phone call just because I might not have been in the office at the time.
Okay.
I might have been on lunch or something.
So we're going to, registering to vote ends on the 15th,
Yes,
which is next
Tuesday.
Tuesday, a week from today. So everybody has a week to get registered for and how do they do the registration?
What do you mean?
They need to come in for the registration, or
Yeah,
you do it
we have to have
online?
them sent. They can do it online. It'll still come to us, but yeah.
Okay.
We
And
have to
then-
have it by the 15th,
And the pre-voting starts
the 21st of October.
so 21st. So
So
and that's been one of our big. That's started to become a big polling place, the advanced voting.
yes,
Mhm.
yeah. So it'll go from October 21st to November 4th at noon, because we always stop at noon the day before the election.
And so we're electing city officials throughout the county, and we're electing school board members of both school districts.
Yes.
So that's important thing to make sure all the public knows. I wish more people participated in the local elections. It's your chance to vote.
I only wish that if they choose to be informed, to just vote without any
But, yeah,
information. I mean, I'm not saying one way or another, but should be informed. I mean, I think it's,
well, there is at least at Atchison, there's a school board and city board, I think, for the Elks Club, 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock tomorrow night. I don't know if it includes candidates from outside of the county. Are they?
No, it's
City or not?
mainly the meet and greet tomorrow night at the Elks. I believe is just for the city commission in Atchison City and the school board for
409.
USD 409.
And you're going to be there registering folks?
Yes, the clerk's office will have people there, so that way we can
I didn't
register
mean you
people.
specifically.
Yeah.
6 to 8, you said?
6 to 8.
okay, it is 1:15, so we need to,
Okay.
we are in executive session.
Tournament next year. Chamber Golf Tournament.
Yeah, just have to have a little more heads up.
Our new public works director plays golf, so I figured maybe we could actually get a county instead of me.
I
And
have a hard time knowing what I'm going to be doing in a month.
I know, I understand. I understand.
Yeah, I'll be interested.
We just want to beat the city. And last year the city called foul because we didn't have one county employee. And he said he could outdrive you by a mile.
I don't know about that. I've seen some guys do it, but not that size. No offense to him.
Yeah. That's what he said. So. Well, these
We
little
can
guys
discuss
always
it.
have to go for a long distance.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll be interested.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks.
Okay. I guess we're out of executive session, so I entertain a motion to adjourn.
I did have one other thing.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
We need to make a motion to go back into open session.
We know we should automatically back in session.
We had talked about the sanitation code and any K.S. bringing up some proposed changes to our code. And part of that process is forming a committee of people who live in the county, including employees. They suggest realtors, banking, people from the banking community, people who do installation of sewage systems, to get feedback from them about proposed changes. So you might be thinking about that. I think next week I'll have maybe a little more of a.
Could we use a solid waste committee for that?
Well,
We've got a banker on it. But
you probably could use it, but I think we're going to want some people that will actually read through this. It's 30 pages or so.
I don't want to do it.
Is the code. You can see the changes that are highlighted there, pretty small. It's adding a section on water treatment, which is really going to apply only to a few people because it doesn't apply to an individual who puts a well in for themselves. It's not going to apply to the water districts. It's just for people that are sharing a new system that's sharing a well between, I think it's 4 residences or something like that.
I believe the biggest new section is actually the inspection of when property sells. The inspection of the septic system be required.
And that's one, I think, why they wanted people that are involved in real estate sales to be involved, because they may be in favor of it, they may be totally opposed to it, I don't know, but you might be thinking about people to invite or to be on the board, or sending a letter of seeking people to send in letters of interest if they want to be on that kind of committee. And I envision a committee meeting maybe twice.
It's not, shouldn't be too.
It's not going to be once a month for 2 years or anything. It'll be probably 2 meetings.
My iPad will actually read the document to me.
Okay.
So
I'll send it. That's all I had.
okay. Chair was still like a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
You're adjourned.